Hello and welcome to Let's Play Afterburner on the Sega Master System, Sega 1987. There are 18 levels in total. At the end of levels 3, 9 and 15 there's a refueling plane. If you attach yourself to this plane you will get loads of points. At the end of levels 6, 12 and 18 there's a boss. After this we complete the game. We start off with 3 lives. If we lose all our lives, it's game over. If you press up and hold buttons 1 and 2 at the game over screen, we're given a continue. That only works 2 times, and it also only works up to level 6. So after that it won't work unless at the title screen you press the pause button 100 times, and then the cheat will work after level 6. The game is actually really easy up to level 12. All you have to do is hold left or hold right, and you can avoid everything. Nothing will touch you. It effectively makes you invincible. But after this, you can't do this anymore, and then you have to avoid them normally. I don't know why they added that in the game. It just makes it too easy. They might as well just have made the game 6 levels long, and not have the avoiding cheat glitch thing. Anyway, let's play the game. There we go. Yeah, so all we have to do is hold left or hold right. There we go. Button 2 will shoot your normal gun, like that, and button 1 will shoot missiles. The missiles will go after anything that has a target lock on it, so that's quite helpful. The planes can smash into you, so be careful of that, and those things are missiles. I thought they were mines when I first saw them, but they're apparently missiles viewed from the front. Yeah, and they're your worst enemy in this game, really. But all you have to do on the first 11 levels is just hold left or hold right, and you will avoid everything. On level 12 onwards, this doesn't work anymore, so even if you hold left or hold right, those missiles will still hit you, so you have to watch out for that. But we can do a barrel roll if we do this. There we go, like that, but it's pretty pointless, and also while you're doing it, it will leave you vulnerable, so my advice is not to do that at all. If you want to go, if you want to switch to the right, let go of left and then go right. If you do it all in one motion of the D-pad, you will most likely do a barrel roll and leave yourself vulnerable. Yeah. Right, here's stage 2. Yeah, this only works up to level 11. After level 11, from level 12 onwards, you can't do this anymore. The missiles will still hit you. I discovered that the hard way, of course. You can also point up and point down like that, while you're holding left or right, but it doesn't really do much apart from change altitude. I do like the music on this. The music changes from level 7 onwards, and then I think it changes again from level 13 onwards. I think this game should be mandatory training for Navy and Air Force pilots, because it will teach them that all you have to do is hold left or hold right, and you can avoid everything, effectively making them invincible. They'll have complete air superiority. Anyway, here's stage 3. Yeah, after I do this video, this game will just take one video. I'm going to do Starfighter again. Now, I've actually deleted all my videos for Starfighter because I want to start it again. That's because I wasn't happy with the way the mission briefing lagged in the original video, because that was on my old computer. That doesn't happen on my new computer, so I can play all the mission briefings in that game now, which I will do. The game is 60 levels long, so in the middle of doing that playthrough, I'll do Bank Panic and Island of the Lizard King and things like that, so I won't just do those videos. Yeah. My Pokemon Yellow playthrough was, I think, 71 videos long or something. I did do a few different videos in the middle of that playthrough, but I won't do that this time. I'll continue to do different games while I do Starfighter, because it will be 60 videos long at least. Okay, here's the refueling plane. That's it. Just line your crosshair up with its crosshair while pressing buttons 1 and 2 repeatedly, and then your hit counts are multiplied by 20,000 and added to your score. You should do it 9 out of 10. 9 times out of 10 rather. Okay, here's stage 4. I think I'll change sides. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so there's a boss at the end of the 6th level. It can be tricky. You just have to line your crosshairs up like before, but this time instead of attaching yourself to it, it will sort of shoot missiles at it as normal. But you have to line your crosshairs up, I think, as you shoot your missiles or something like that. And if you can't do that, just shoot the normal gun at its crosshairs, and eventually it will go down. It's a bit of a chore, the first 11 levels of this, because they're not challenging at all, because this is all you have to do. And there are 18 levels in total. At least the music's catchy. Okay, here's stage 5. Let's go to the left. Must be in the Arctic or something. You can actually shoot the missiles, but it's a risky venture because you might miss them, and then they'll take a life away. So they're best avoided. But from levels 12 to 18, you can actually try that because you can't avoid the missiles with this little glitch cheat thing. So you can try shooting them down then, but even then they're best avoided, I think. But as a last resort, shooting them down, it can save your life. Yeah, don't do a barrel roll. Whatever you do, it leaves you vulnerable. Here's stage 6. Okay, here's the boss. Try getting it with the normal gun, there we go. I got that last one with the normal gun. Sometimes you have to do that. And then our hit counts are multiplied by 20,000 and added to our score. And then we're taken to stage 7. After this bit. Thank you, Mr. Lorry and Mr. Motorbike, and we're off. And here's the 7th stage. And the music's changed, as I said it would. I think I said it would, anyway. There's a refueling plane at the end of the 9th level. And then there's another boss at the end of the 12th level. But, that level is going to be the first tricky one because we can't do this holding left or holding right trick anymore. And we can't do that from level 12 onwards. Well, we can do it, but it just won't work. Yeah, the way to avoid missiles and things on that, on those levels after level 12 or after level 11 rather, I find it's best just to go up and then go down again. Keep changing altitude. Don't try and go left and right. Just keep changing altitude, and then you'll find that you'll avoid them quite easily. Although that's not to say it's 100%, like this is 100%, but you know, it's the best you can do, really. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, here's the 8th stage. I think I mentioned that you can shoot the missiles out of the sky, but yeah, I think I mentioned that. But yeah, it should only be a last resort, I think was my conclusion. Yeah, on the bosses, if you find that you can't get the last crosshair target thing with the missiles, just go for it with a normal gun. Because sometimes it can take a while with the missiles. The last target, it's difficult to line the crosshairs up. So just try for it with the normal gun. That's my advice. And here's the 9th level. At the end of this one is another refueling plane, so I'll be sure to attach myself to it. I think it's a refueling plane anyway, I can only assume it is. I don't know why another plane would want to attach with a smaller one. I mean the obvious reason is for refueling, but yeah, there might be another reason. If you've seen the film Cliffhanger, I mean they attach themselves to another plane to take a load of money. I mean that could be what they're doing, but it might be a bit tricky with a jet, whatever this thing is. I don't know. Yeah, another refueling plane at the end of this level. And so we're halfway through the game now, effectively. Here we go. That's it, easy. Our hit counts multiplied by 20,000. 940? Yep, 940,000. And then we're taken to stage 10. Anyway, yeah, they're multiplied by 20,000 and added to our score. Yeah, so just this level and the next one, and then after that we can't use this trick anymore. So then the game gets understatement of the year, but it gets awkward, shall we say? But yeah, understatement of the year. Another understatement is calling the last boss a bit tricky. Change sides. Always nice to have a change of scene. Change of perspective. Okay, here's stage 11. Okay, so this is the last one on which I can do this trick. So, it's the end of my easy ride. But yeah, I don't know why they didn't just make the game 6 or 7 levels long and just have it, you know, so you can't do this. It would just be the same game, because this is just a chore really, because all you have to do is this. You can just fast forward the emulator and it will just, you know, and you only die if you keep holding left while fast forwarding the emulator. You won't actually die until you get to level 12. I mean, I think the boss eventually goes as well if you don't defeat him. You can just sort of leave him and keep pressing left. But obviously not the boss on level 12 or 18. You can't do that because pressing left doesn't work. You'd most likely die before the boss disappeared. But you can do that, I think, on the on the level 6 boss. What are those things on the ground? What are they? Are they trees or... I don't know, I can't really make them out. They're like grey blobs, squiggles. Okay, here's the 12th level. We can no longer do that trick. So we're on our own now. That's it, just keep changing altitude to avoid the missiles. Keep shooting, that's it. That's it, and that's all you need to do. If you just keep moving up and down, you should avoid the missiles and just keep shooting with your missiles and normal gun. And then we're taken to stage 13 after this little interlude. That's it, thank you Mr. Ferrari, or whatever that car was. And here's stage 13. That's it, here's stage 14. Okay, here's stage 15. There's a refueling plane at the end of this one. Okay, here's the refueling plane. That's it. Slightly harder than last time. And on to stage 16. Very near the end of the game now, thank God. Okay, stage 17. Nearly there. And the last level, stage 18. Here we go. That's it, all done. Yeah, that boss is extremely difficult, and that's because the missiles are impossible to avoid. You have to shoot them, and that's what makes that one so difficult. Anyway, that's the end of the game. Land back on the aircraft carrier, and mission complete. And that man looks suspiciously like Tom Cruise, which leads me to believe that this game was at least inspired by Top Gun. And that's it, that's all you get for doing that extremely difficult last boss. Thank you very much for watching. My next video will be part 1 of Starfighter. Then I might do another few videos of Starfighter, and then I'll do Bank Panic. That'll only take one video, because that's another early Sega Master System game that has no end. All you're doing is playing for score. It has a certain charm to it, like the other early Master System games, I think. Then after I do that, I'll make a start to Island of the Lizard King. Make a start to reading that. That's a pretty decent game book. It's one of the easier ones in the Fighting Fantasy series. Anyway, so yeah, my next video will be part 1 of Let's Play Starfighter on the PlayStation. I might do another 2 or 3 parts of that, and then Bank Panic, and then Island of the Lizard King, and then a few more Starfighter vids. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Bye bye.